Today, we will talk about the 3 main reasons your WordPress website is slow. So if you are facing this issue, you know where to look for. The reason that your WordPress website is slow, it can be because of the server load, the browser load, or the website size. Let's talk about the server load first. WordPress is a PHP content management system. It needs 2 main components to run. It needs a file system, and it needs a database. Basically, all the themes, the plugins, all the images that you are uploading to your WordPress website, any attachment that you are uploading through the media library will be stored in the file system, and all the content from the blog posts, from the pages, from the other post types that you have on your WordPress website will be stored in the database, as well as the WordPress settings, the theme settings, all the plugin settings. Basically, any type of setting will be stored in the database. When you are trying to access a WordPress page, WordPress is looking for 2 files. It's looking for a template file and it's looking for a functions file. The template file is the layout of the page, and the functions file is the functions, the logic of the WordPress theme that you are using, and is looking for that functions file to know what if there are some rules written for that particular page. The more processing WordPress has to make to deliver a page, the slower your website will be. So for example, if you install a plugin on your WordPress website that will add social sharing buttons to your blog posts, WordPress has to get the template file, the functions file, and also the file that is responsible for creating those social icons. So your WordPress page will be a bit slower. But not all plugins are developed the same. They are good optimized plugin and they are not so good optimized plugin. When I'm talking about a good optimized plugin, I'm talking about the way that the developer structured and optimized the plugin's code. If you are searching on Google or on YouTube about speeding up your WordPress website, you will see that the first mention is caching, but caching will not do any good if the plugins that you are using are not correctly developed. Caching, it's not a solution, it's a band-aid. If you have good optimized plugins and themes, you really don't need caching. For example, on my website, I'm not running any caching and it's still ranking in the 90s in Google Insight. The other reason your WordPress website is slow is browser load. Whatever JavaScript you are using on your website will impact your website speed. If you are using a WordPress theme that has a lot of JavaScript, if you are combining it with plugins that are doing the same, your website will get slow and the user experience will not be that great. The last reason that your WordPress website can be slow is because of the website size. Images, any other files like JavaScript files, style sheet files that are loaded on your page can have a big impact on your website speed. So to remedy this, basically there are a few things that you can do. The simplest one is to try to compress your images before you upload them to WordPress. And it's as simple as opening the image in Microsoft Paint and just save it. You will see a really big reduction in size and you will not lose quality. After you upload it to your WordPress website, You can use image compression plugin that will compress it even more without losing quality. Personally, I'm using Short Pixel and it's doing a pretty good job. Other than that, don't upload large images that you don't need. So for example, if you want to upload a user icon, don't upload it in a big resolution, just upload it in the resolution that you need it. As far as for JavaScript and style sheet files, you don't have a lot of control over that if you are using already made plugins. The only thing that you can do is, before you are installing or deciding on a plugin that you want to use, try different plugins and see which one has the less impact on your website. The easy thing to do is to install the plugin and run your WordPress website through the Google Insights and see what score it will give, and after that uninstall the plugin and see what the score is there. Try different plugins and see which one has the least impact on your speed. The purpose of this video was not for me to tell you that you should not install plugins on your website because it will get slow. The purpose is just to describe what are the reasons behind the slow website and to know what to do to remedy those. You chose WordPress for a reason. You chose it because it's easy to use and you can have a lot of functionality in a website without knowing how to actually code it. So whenever you are setting up a WordPress website, just keep an eye on the loading speed, and if it's under 3 seconds, I think it's a pretty fast website. You can always add caching. You can always add CDN, or you can always add server caching to your website to make it even faster. But if your WordPress website loads in 3 seconds before you add caching, if you add caching, it will be even faster, which is really good and which is the position you want to be in. If you like this video and want to be notified when I'm releasing a new one, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell.